Dig this here. This is your girl, Angela T. Jones. I haven't done a podcast in a minute, but I want to thank all of those who've listened to my past episodes and my little rants about things going on in the world, no matter how big, small, irrelevant, trivial, or important. Today, I want to talk to my Michiganders and others where they have proposals on their ballots to legalize the use of either medicinal or recreational marijuana in their neighborhoods. We have been brainwashed for 40 some odd years to believe that marijuana is the devil, that it's a gateway drug, that it is the scourge of the earth, and it is the plight of all black and brown people. That's not true, y'all. They played us. They played us. They played us for fools so that they could put us in jail. And that's the truth. Marijuana was never a dangerous drug. Never. And I want you to consider this if you have proposals to legalize. More people die from cigarette smoke, alcoholic injury, opioid addictions, and guns than have ever died from anything related to marijuana. Yet, alcohol, cigarettes, opioids, and guns are legal. They're regulated, but they're legal. And they harm more people daily than marijuana does. Marijuana has always had medicinal properties. Always. White folks originated to this country, well, they colonized this country and discovered it upon meeting the natives and indigenous people here. So they know, but they did not want black and brown people to have access to it. That's what it really comes down to. And they found that because we used it, bought it, sold it, and it was making us money, that it was something that they should profit off of by putting us in prison. Now the tide has turned and they've learned how to make money off of it. The same thing that our brothers and sisters are sitting in jail for, white people are doing all over this country and getting very stinking, filthy, fucking rich. The other reason that legalization proposals are very important and that they should pass is because if you're not a racist, and if you're a people of color, any person of color, I don't care what it is, black, Mexican, Arab, and you know somebody in jail right now because they had or sold marijuana, you should want them out. You should want them out of jail. Non-violent drug offenders have been incarcerated for up to 30 years of their lives for marijuana. Legalization, once passed, results in those individuals being exonerated and having their records expunged so that they can get employment, so that in some states they can start to vote again, so that in some areas they can become business owners, so that in every instance they can rejoin their families. Think about it. Even if you don't smoke it, you have a vested interest in it becoming legal. Even if that vested interest is just you want to make some money as a stockholder, business owner, and you don't even have to touch the green to make money off of it. There's so many viable businesses that don't require that you actually handle marijuana that are associated with the marijuana industry that people could become owners of and partners in. And please miss me with the I don't want people walking up and down the street smoking weed because it's going to stink. Well, guess what? If legalization takes place, anybody who does already partake in it is going to have access to a higher grade of weed, and a lot of it don't stink. You thinking about that cheap stuff. You thinking about them dime bags. You thinking about them corner boys. Well, guess what? All those corner boys can go get legit jobs at dispensaries now and not have to worry about running from the cops. If it's legal, all they got to do now is go apply for the job to work at a dispensary. It's really that simple. Because any dispensary that does not hire a drug dealer is kind of stupid. That's just my opinion. I think, every dispensary should have a drug dealer there. How else do you know if it's working well for you, especially if you are yourself not a drug dealer? It's just that simple. Big Pharma has already started incorporating marijuana, aka cannabis, into different medicines. They get an FDA approval to put medication in your body that already includes marijuana when you could have just went out and bought the marijuana yourself and know exactly what you're getting. Because it's not just marijuana that Big Pharma is selling you. It's not. It's other stuff added to it that could be harmful to you. But you could go and get, in a lot of states, cannabis oil purchases are already legal. But if you don't smoke, but you know that you would like a product that has the medicinal effects of marijuana in it because you have arthritis or PTSD or any other ailment, why shouldn't you be able to do that? You can go to a liquor store and buy liquor. You can go to a gas station and buy cigarettes. And those things are they're not that helpful to you. As someone who has had aches and pains and ailments as I've gotten older due to old injuries and due to just, time and wear and tear on my joints and muscles, I can tell you that it has helped me. Cannabis oil in particular has helped me. I'm all for legalization. My grandfather had cancer, and back then he was written a prescription for marijuana pills to help him with the pain, if nothing else. So I understand. I know people, I've met people, I've seen people's lives completely change. Because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do, right? We can agree to that. Grown folks going to do what grown folks do. However, people who smoke cigarettes get to go take breaks at work to go outside and smoke cigarettes. People who smoke weed are not going to get that luxury, y'all. So if that's what you're worried about, all your coworkers going out smoking some weed, then you worried about the wrong shit. If you worried about kids just blatantly getting hold of it, you worried about the wrong shit. Because right now, your kids is probably smoking it behind your back and you don't even know it. I said that. Yes, I meant that. And again, think about all the black and brown brothers and sisters sitting in prison cells, a form of slavery, just because of a plant. Marijuana is a plant. It's a plant. It's a plant. That's all it is. But it's been vilified and criminalized by the federal government in the United States for the intent and purpose to enslave, imprison, and disenfranchise people of color for decades. So all you black people, you opposed to it because your community would probably actually improve with a dispensary nearby or a black person in your neighborhood becoming the owner of one, because that money is going to come back into your community in different ways. And we can be creative about how those ways are. Y'all was all for the casinos being built in Detroit. They haven't done shit for this city but take everybody's money that comes in there. They make millions of dollars every day off the residents of the city of Detroit, all 3 casinos. But y'all had no problem passing those bills to get them here. They not helping nobody. Marijuana is not addictive like gambling is. It's habitual. Some people do need help with their coping mechanisms, and then they wouldn't smoke it as much as they do. But it's not addictive. It's habitual. And that's a big difference. But people can be addicted to gambling. People can be addicted to alcohol. People can be addicted to cigarettes. People can be addicted to opioids. And those things are legal. And you had no problem when it came time to vote with passing them. You had no problem with it. None whatsoever. So why the hold up over weed? It's a plant. That's all it is. It's a plant. You could grow it right next to some oregano. You can grow it right in your backyard and it pop out the ground just like your roses do. It's a plant. It's a plant. I'm voting yes on proposal 1 because this arthritis in my knees ain't gonna get no better, honey. And over-the-counter drugs and painkillers are addictive, but they're legal. So why shouldn't I have the choice of choosing something that's not addictive for my pain treatment? Why shouldn't I have that option? Healthcare is expensive as fuck. A large part of it is due to the price of pharmaceuticals that are legal. They get you hooked on the opioids and then they put you in a treatment center, making money off of you left and right. But you mad about some weed. Think about it, people. It's just something to consider because we are in a state in our country where a lot of things really matter. Nothing is irrelevant anymore. The proposals on our ballots all matter just as much, if not more so, than our candidates do. So we got these Trump supporters. They gonna always vote for Trump and his cronies. Then you got the Republicans that are like, oh, hell no, I'm not voting for them no more because A, they're Trump supporters. And even though I'm a Republican, I'm switching parties on this ticket because they're not doing what's right for this country. Then you had the Democrats that are going to vote Democratic, some out of loyalty, some because they believe in the candidates that are on the ballot. And then you have those who don't vote. And when the purge or the Handmaid's Tale becomes a reality, they will be the first ones complaining. Think about it. Vote or die. That's still just as relevant as when Diddy said it when Obama was running. Vote or die. Because this is where it comes down to that. Trump wants every black and brown person in this country exterminated. And I don't see why you don't see it. But to all you young people out there wearing MAGA hats and Blacksit t-shirts because Kanye made y'all think that shit was cute, please keep in mind that hat and that shirt are not your get out of black card. You still a nigga to any racist white person that sees you. You are still the blacks to Trump, no matter how much you may kowtow to him in the White House and take pictures and selfies and brag about having visited the White House. He wants you dead. Vote or die. Vote yes on proposal 1 in Michigan. And keep that same energy that y'all have standing in line for some Jordans and some video games when y'all get to the polls in the morning. And remember, marijuana, it's a plant.